Thinking about moving to Newnan, Georgia? Great choice. Today we are talking about the pros and cons of living in Newnan, Georgia. Hi, I'm Daphne Bousquet, local realtor with eXp Realty, and while Newnan is a great place to live, it's not all puppies and unicorns. So let's dive in. What makes Newnan such a great place to live? Let's start with pro number one, the location. Newnan is located 38 miles south of Atlanta, and that takes about 46 minutes, according to Google Maps. Now, of course, that is not during rush hour when all bets are off anywhere in the metro Atlanta area. But since there are fewer people south of Atlanta than north of Atlanta, you are still dealing with less traffic. And if you travel a lot or work at the airport, which a lot of people do, the commute time to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is only about 30 minutes. Newnan has super easy access to I-85, and the interstate pretty much splits the city, and they recently completed another exit, which makes getting on the highway heading north to the airport or Atlanta or south to Alabama even more convenient. And here's pro number two, because it is not just residents that are finding the location and interstate convenient. Businesses have discovered the Newnan area as well. Newnan is rapidly growing. Companies like HelloFresh, Goodyear, and Amazon, and more, all have moved into the area, and all these companies bring jobs, making it even more attractive for the people who live here and bringing more people to the area as well. Currently, the population is around 40,000 people, but expect that to increase with all the companies moving to Newnan. Pro number three is the shopping and the restaurants. You really can find almost everything in Newnan, especially around Highway 34 and I-85. There are shops everywhere. You have the big chains like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Target, At Home, Kohl's, Dillard's, Dick's, Academy Sports, smaller stores, and a ton of restaurants all around that interstate. And when you head into downtown and the more historic area, you find the smaller restaurants and boutiques, and you can find more mom and pop stores. So that's a nice mix of big and small. And that brings us to pro number four. Newnan's rapid growth really contributes to the impression that it's becoming a big city. Stores and restaurants are popping up everywhere, but in reality, Newnan still has a small town feel with a strong community. People are always ready to help each other, and at no time was this more evident than when a tornado hit Newnan in March of 2021. And the F4 tornado was the strongest in the history of Georgia and devastated a large part of Newnan. Newnan High School was severely damaged, and so many homes were destroyed. The community really came together and helped up with the cleanup and supplies. There were fundraisers and events to help the victims. But even now, if you look closely, you can see the effects of the tornado. The landscape is forever altered. But I loved how the community came together. Pro number five is that the growth also continues in the housing segment. And there are a lot of new construction developments, and homes values are strong. However, a lot of these new construction homes are more affordable than their counterparts in neighboring Fayette County or even in Sonoy, where new construction homes are in the $500,000 and up. And not that you can't find those in Newnan, but there are more affordable options available, which is nice. Newnan is called the city of homes, and homes it has. Not only these new construction homes, but also some gorgeous historic homes. Newnan has some of the highest per capita income around the turn of the century. And I mean the last century, not this one. The homes that were built around 1900 are still being occupied today and are on the historic registry. And pro number six is that downtown I mentioned. It really is a lovely, charming, and thriving downtown. There are so many beautiful historic buildings I just love. And the historic downtown district was laid out in 1828, and the 9 Square Block district is an example of the Washington type plan in Georgia, which includes wide avenues and a public square. Square is anchored by the present Neo-Greek Revival Courthouse, which was built in 1904, and the downtown is the site of a lot of events, especially the Greenville Street Park. And there are markets, jazz in the park, an art walk twice a year, music, food trucks, and just so much more. Definitely a lot of fun, family-friendly events in Newnan, so be sure to take advantage of that. And pro number 7 is the Link. The Link is a new exciting multi-purpose trail built on public rights of way and green space, creating a 26-mile network of paved paths for recreating and socializing when it is completed. The trail system is enjoyed by walkers, runners, skaters, bicyclists, and people using non-motorized vehicles. And the Link starts in Newnan near the Summer Grove subdivision. And this section of the Link features woods, bridges, tunnel under Lower Fayetteville Road, a mural, big hill, and a healthy dose of peace and quiet. It currently ends on the corner of Ashley Park Boulevard and McIntosh Parkway on the other side of I-85. And ultimately, the third phase will take it all the way to the fire training facility. Now for the cons in Newnan. Now, Newnan is a great place to live, so couldn't really find a lot of them, but there are some. The first con is that with all the growth, it is hard to keep up with the infrastructure. They did add an exit onto I-85, so that helped, and it is quicker to get to the new hospital. But with more people and more businesses moving to the area, you will always have more traffic. Especially trying to get onto the interstate in the morning during rush hour, it can take some time. But unfortunately, you will find that everywhere in the Metro Atlanta area. And for con number 2, if you are looking for a thriving nightlife, you will not find it in Newnan. Don't get me wrong, you can find fun places to go out with live music. There are craft breweries that have events and music. But if you are looking for a nightclub that stays open much after midnight, you'll have to head into Atlanta. Now, personally, I'm okay with that because my clubbing days are far behind me. But if that's a problem for you, you may want to move inside the perimeter or further north at least. Con number 3 is distance from Atlanta. Now, it's a little further out than many other suburbs. And I know that location was a pro as well, but it will take you 46 minutes to get to downtown Atlanta. And that is without rush hour traffic. Now, if you have work in the northern suburbs, obviously that is going to take longer, especially with the traffic that is prevalent on the north side of Atlanta. If your job is on the north side, you may want to rethink living in Newnan. Other than that, come on down. Are you sold on Newnan? In that case, give me a call and I can help you find a great house. If not, check out this video of my top 5 southern suburbs of Atlanta.